Hello and welcome to another episode of Live Feed with your host, Richard Santiago. Live Feed is brought to you by Traveling Tech Teacher. For all your digital resources, check out travelingtechteacher.com. Also brought to you by thebullyexposed.com. Get your Be Kind t-shirt at thebullyexposed.com. So, topic today, I am a Instagram troll. That is our topic for today. And let me invite some people in. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, I invited some people in. So you're probably wondering, why am I wearing the hood? I'm wearing the hood in honor of Trayvon Martin and Floyd and everyone. It is only an hour show, so I can't name everyone. Everyone who was killed by police shootings or any type of lynching. So there's many of them. Thank you everyone that's joining the show. Spaceman, thank you for joining the show. And Emily Ward. Yeah, they said to Trayvon when he was killed in 2012 that he looked scary with his hood on, or he looked threatening, I think was the exact quote. He looked threatening with his hood on. So in honor of that, I am wearing a hood on today's show in place of the crown that I don't have right now because it's being shipped to Italy. So yes, I am a Instagram troll, not me. It's what the character on your screen is saying. So as our channel seems to grow, it seems that the trolls are coming back. It also trolls are coming back, and so it's really funny. Yeah, so we're back up to 5,000 followers. About 6 months ago we were up to 5,000, then we kind of trickled down to 4. Now we're back up to 5,000, so that's really good. So a few of those trolls are coming back, but we don't pay any attention to them. We report them, we delete them, and that's it. We don't pay them any attention. We don't give them any. That's what they want. They want you to say something back to them, because that's how their pathetic lives are fed. Emily Ward says, "What happened? What's happening just isn't right. I really feel for all the families and friends who are experiencing this." Thank you, Emily. Yes. Now, are you referring to the trolling, or are you referring to the killing of African Americans by the hands of police, or by the hands of almost anybody who doesn't like African Americans, unfortunately? Let me know. So Tully says, sorry, my internet is lagging. Yeah, I noticed that. No problem. It's all good, Pico. And let me say hello to Pico's girlfriend the right way here. Conchiwa Renkon-chan. I know that I'm butchering that every time, and I am so sorry. Pero Conchiwa Reiko-chan, sorry. The killing of all the people by the police. Yes, okay, so that's what she's referring to. Yeah, it's a shame, and we mustn't forget though that it's not only police. Emily, you make a very good point, but it's also not the police. It's also anyone that thinks that African Americans shouldn't be walking through their communities. And Pico says that he's a police officer in Japan, and I think that Pico is one of the good ones, one of the good guys. And that's what we need, Pico, guys like you in there. So yeah, now that we're back up to 5,000, I guess that a few trolls have been coming back, and like I said, we're not going to pay any attention to them. We're just going to um, we're just going to report whatever they say. We're going to block them, and if what they're saying is racist or is threatening in any way, then we're definitely going to send out a blast, email, DM, Facebook, so that people can report their accounts so we can get their accounts closed. That's what we're going to do. So my suggestion is to trolls is just stay off of our site. And it's really a shame, because some of these trolls, you look at their bios, and they say on there, please don't report my account. If you don't like what I'm saying, just delete. And it's like, you know what? Why are you even doing that? If you want to bully, then no, people should report you, and people should get your account blocked. And it's really funny how a lot of them have that on their accounts, where please don't report me. You don't like what I said, just, like one guy called another girl, said that another girl had a penis, and then not in a nice way, in a very vulgar way, said that a girl had a penis. And then I look on their account and they have that on there. Please don't block me. I mean, please just block me if you don't like the things that I said. That is something that somebody should say, like if they said, I feel the prime minister is not doing a good job, or I feel that a senator is not doing a good job. That's the kind of thing that a person should write on their bio. Please don't block me if you don't like what I said. But when you turn around and you're a guy, this is a guy's account, and you're a guy and you're bullying a girl, that's wrong. Nobody should be bullying anybody, okay? Don't get me wrong. But when you got a guy bullying a girl, or you got two guys bullying one guy, or you got two guys bullying a handicapped person, no, you're not just going to get blocked. You're going to get, told to the world. And it's really, these people are really cowards, because they got no picture on there. If you really believe what you're saying when you're bullying these people, why not put your own personal picture up there? Because they're cowards, and we got to understand that we can't be listening to them. That's for sure. We cannot be listening to them and taking anything that they say into account. For instance, somebody told somebody that they should get a life. That's what they wrote. The person was talking about, made a comment about bullying, and somebody said, oh, why don't you get a life? You're the one that needs to get a life, not that person, because that person is being an advocate for bullying. I mean, this person was just a person making an opinion. They were also an advocate, and because they were an advocate, the person said they should get a life. No, it's you that should get a life. You're rolling around with, I don't know, probably 5 different Instagram, Facebook's accounts with no picture, well, not your picture on it, or you have a celebrity's picture on it, or whatever, and you're going around trolling people. It's you that should get the life. So we got to learn not to pay any attention to these people, because you got to remember, I've always said this when it comes to bullies and people of that nature, trolls. When they speak, whatever they're saying, they're not talking about you. They're talking about themselves. Even if they're skinny, oof, it's Brianna. Thank you for joining the show. Even if they're skinny, and you're a little bit on the heavy side, and they're calling you fat, they're still not talking about you. They're talking about themselves, the hate and the pain that they have in themselves. Thank you, Brianna, for joining the show. Let's smash the heart, everyone, one time for our police officer that's in the show right now. Okay, so Yamada goes on to say here, we cannot shoot unless we are in a very, very high stress situation. I use mostly baton, taser, and pepper spray. Oh, good for you. Oh, hi, Tully. Yeah, tell your dad I said hello. Tully's one of our great followers. So yeah, we got to remember not to pay attention to any of these people. And I remember when I was being bullied, when I worked for the United States Postal Service, the supervisors couldn't stand the fact that it didn't bother me what they said, because I knew who I was. I knew who I was. I knew who I was, what I was. I knew the things that I've accomplished before I came to the United States Postal Service, my own business, journalist for a lot of small papers in the town that I lived in. I should say photojournalist in a lot of the small town papers where I lived. So I knew that, if they called me lazy, or they called me whatever they called me, it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me, and they did not like that. And, I hope that we all, when it comes to bullying or when it comes to workplace bullying, I hope that we are all able not to get upset when supervisors, say we're lazy or say things about us. The thing that really gets me about workplace bullying is not the fact that they'll talk and say very high school childish things, supervisors or other employees. What always gets me is how they try to sabotage the person. How I could never, in the Postal Service, move up in rank. I could never move up in rank because the supervisors have ensured that by their networks, that I could never move up and never climb the ladder. That's the thing that gets me about workplace bullying. You don't like a person, fine, you don't like them. But you shouldn't try to sabotage their work, like maybe go into their computer and delete files. Or these are true stories that I've heard. Go into their accounts, delete files, go in and sabotage their work that they worked so hard for, their name and everything, so they can't move up ahead. That's the thing that gets me about workplace bullying, and that should be illegal, and people should be able to sue on a civil level, and those people should be terminated. Emily Ward says, I was bullied for 5 years, and it was just this year that I spoke up about it, and it finally stopped. Everyone, please smash that heart for Emily. Good for you, Emily. Tell us, what town do you live in, and how old are you? Are we talking about college, work, high school, elementary school? What are we talking about? Louis the King, thank you for joining the show. Where are you from, Louis? So Pico also says that I got a raise because my girlfriend is pregnant by accident. I'm sure it wasn't because your girlfriend was pregnant by accident. She thought I have XX every time I go home from work. That's crazy. But yeah, so we got to remember to not pay any attention to these trolls. Don't give them any kind of, I'm a loss for words right now, and I'm sorry, but they bully you to get a reaction. So maybe the word is reaction. Don't give them any type of reaction. Don't when they say get a life or something like that, tell them, what, just don't answer them. That's the best thing. Just don't answer them. Oh, okay, so Emily is from Wales and she's 15 in high school. Awesome. Okay, I have a 16-year-old son. And he'll be going to school in Europe this year when we move out to Italy. So that's real cool. Um, so that's great, and it's good that you spoke up. You know, it's funny because we had Miss Boca Rotan, right? We had Emily. You should see the Francisco. What? Bueno. Bueno. Ah, man, I'm just forgetting now I need my Italian. My Italian's not coming up. Bienvenido. Yeah, my Italian just went away. I don't know what happened to it. Thank you for joining us, Francisco. Francisco is a person that lives in the town where I'm moving to, and I hope to meet him and his friends who are a group of actors, and maybe we can make some films about bullying and some bullying out there. Pico says managers act like a-holes. My manager, she is such a judgmental piece of blank. And we do have a question, so let's see. It's from Brianna. Have I seen Hamilton? I'm not gonna waste my shot. No, I'm not. I said that wrong. But yes, that's funny that you mentioned that. Me and my wife saw, we have Disney Plus, so we saw Hamilton, and we have been listening to Hamilton, the soundtrack, every time we clean, every time we cook. We usually cook together, me and my wife, and every time we cook, we're listening to it. So yeah. I'm the AEX, whatever he says. Awesome. Yes, very awesome. And I want to say that person is Boricua. He's Puerto Rican. So yeah. So yes, we have seen Hamilton. What is your favorite part? I wish, I was saying on the show, man, I wish I could play some Hamilton while I'm doing the show. But if I do that, then they're gonna get rid of the video. So I don't want to do that. So everybody, please smash that heart one time for our good friend Brianna, who brought up a very good play. What's your name? Yeah, what's your name? Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander Hamilton. You know what I like too, Brianna? I like the Schuyler Sisters song. The Schuyler Sisters song is really cool. And then smash that heart for Brianna for starting the Q&A. Thank you, Brianna. Now, I don't know what's up with Q&A. You guys say you can see them. I was once on someone's show and I asked them a question using the question mark, and I couldn't see it come up. So I don't know. So hopefully you guys can see it. How do I stop my manager? Stop being the judgmental blank. She bullies me because she heard that your chief gave you a raise. So now she bullies you. Pay no attention to her. She's bullying you for getting your raise. And if you answer her back, if you reply to her, if you tell her, oh, stop being so judgmental, or stop being an a-hole, or stop being a blank, then that tells her that she's bothering you. And then she's going to continue on bothering you. So do not pay her any attention. I'm going to say it again. Do not pay her any attention. Yes, she says she loves it. Yeah. I love it. What's the part and there's a part of the song. What is it? What's happening to me? It happens to me. Just before they say the greatest city in the world, they say history is happening. I thought it says history is happening in Manhattan, something like that. And I can't seem to get that, but I thought it was history is happening. It's happening to me. It happens to be the greatest city in the world. That's what I thought they were saying, but no, I learned that that's wrong. But when I sing it, that's what I say, because I can't figure out how to put Manhattan in that sentence. So I just say, history is happening. It's happening to me. It happens to be the greatest city in the world. And it is true. I'm sorry, everyone. I know we got people from the UK. We got people from Australia. We got people from Tokyo. But I'm sorry. But New York is the greatest city in the world. It is not taking anything away from Australia or UK, London, Sydney, Tokyo. Not taking anything away from that. I've been to Tokyo. I loved it. Very nice city. I'm hoping to go to Sydney and to Australia someday. And when I get to Italy and I live in Italy for a while, I'm also hoping to visit London. So I'll tell you how London is. My dream is to go to New York. Awesome. Yeah, New York's a great city. Emily, if you get to New York, you have to see either Hamilton or I don't know if it's still playing, or go and watch Wicked. Go and watch Wicked. I saw Wicked in Broadway last time at the Winter Garden Theater. I don't know if that's Broadway or off Broadway, but I saw it. Beautiful, great. I've seen what's the other one? The Book of Mormon, but not in New York. I saw it in Vegas. It was still good. I thought it was still good. Thought it was still great. But you have to go see a play. If you go to New York, guys, you have to see a play. There's nothing like, you can see a play. I mean, I really can't tell. Maybe in Sydney, if you were to be a big city like Sydney or a big city like Tokyo, if you saw a play, it would probably give you the same feeling as in New York. But I've seen plays in different parts of the United States, and nothing is like when you see it in Broadway. So please go, Emily, or any of you other people, that if you get to New York, make sure that you can see a play, and you want to book it before you leave. That's for sure, because some plays are like years behind. So you want to book it before you leave. But yes, thank you, Brianna, for bringing up Hamilton. I always wanted to bring it up and tell you guys that I saw Hamilton, but we keep forgetting. But so I'm glad she brought it up. So Pico, you know what this is, right? I want to show you guys this because, give me 1 second, be right back. A couple of days ago, lost the music, sorry. A couple of weeks ago, I showed you guys this. This is a premature, what do you think it is? Don't tell it, Pico, if you know. But, so I showed you this premature, and then this is mature. I don't know if you can hear that, but you can hear the coconut milk inside. So this is what our coconuts look like. A lot of people tell me that they look real ugly, they look real brown. They look like maybe, like if you ever seen the movie Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I think it looks like one of those pods. And believe it or not, as small as this thing is, this weighs more than this. Because the skin is all dry, the water's all out of the skin part of it, or the shell, however you want to look at it. So it's super, super light. Did I give away what it was? So you guys, Pico, don't say anything, but can you guys tell me what this is? Anybody out there? If you want to tell me in the comment section, that's fine. But I think I gave it away because I did say you can hear it. You can hear it. Pico says it's a walnut. We know that's not a walnut. So one of my shows, I showed you guys one that was like this big. So yeah, they start off very small, and it's amazing how from the size that they are, they grow into these big things. So these were in my front yard, if you're wondering. That's that's what I'm gonna miss about living on Guam, is how you can walk down the street and get mango, pick them. If you're in the right neighborhood, you can pick them right off the tree. Just make sure they're not on people's property, right? Or you can walk down the street and find a coconut on the ground. So that's real cool. So that's what it is. It's a coconut. I gave it away. I gave it away. I think I said the milk. Or when I said milk earlier, whatever it was that I said, that kind of gave it away. What happened to our music? Music's not playing. Oh, come on. I don't know why it does this. All right, I'm gonna refresh everything. There's a little tip for you guys. If an app's not working, just close it down and refresh it, and it'll come back up. So I just wanted to show Pico what ours looks like, because a lot of people say that our coconuts are ugly. You know, I guess some people coconuts are a little more browner. I think. I mean, a little more greener than this dark brown that they are. So I don't know, but it still has juice on it. I'm gonna give it to my friend because they have something that they can get into the coconut reel a lot quicker than I ever could. They have a device and they get in there and they get to the meat and they eat it. And I would love to open that green one and see what's in the green one, what it looks like inside, if it has any meat or anything like that. Let's see. So Pico says it's from a tree and it could hit your head very hard. Yeah. You know, sometimes I walk under the coconut trees while I'm walking my dog, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta be aware of where I'm walking under, because that can literally hurt you. So I want to hear from my good friend Rico. Does Rico have any questions? And how are you doing today, Rico? How is the pregnancy? Can you please translate for me, Pico? How's the pregnancy going? And have you started feeling sick? Or is it? My wife was very sick during the pregnancy of our son. Let's see. Emilia Ward asked a random question, which is fine. You don't have to stick to the topics of what we're talking about, guys. You could ask any question you want. This is about learning how to deal with bullies in many different ways. So her random question is, but what time is it for you right now? Okay, it is, ready for this? I'm sorry. It is, it is 19:13 right now. 19:13, which is 7:13 p.m. That's what it is. So if you like, Brianna was just on. Brianna lives 3 hours ahead of us, and I think Pico lives 1 hour, right, Pico, in Japan. I am about 3 hour airplane flight from Tokyo, Japan. That's how far I am right now from Tokyo. And about, I think it's a 12-hour flight to Australia, even though some parts of Australia are in the same time zone, such as Melbourne, Australia is in the same time zone as with the island that I live on. She says it's 10 a.m. here. Oh, I thought it was earlier than that. Oh wow, 10 a.m. Okay. Yeah, when I saw you, when you said that you were in the UK, I thought it was like maybe 5 in the morning there. And I was going to tell you why you were up so early, but it's 10 a.m. Okay. So this time it's 10 a.m. in the UK. Okay. That's interesting. And Pico says it's 18:14. So what did I say, 19? Yeah. So Pico and I are 1 hour difference. Okay. And that's only because Pico lives more east than where I live. You live more east than where Guam is here, and I think Tokyo is like in this area. But yeah, if Pico was right above us, we would probably be in the same time zone. I wonder if any part of Tokyo is in the same time zone as ours. So, what else do you guys want to talk about? Whatever you guys want to talk about, it's okay with me. Do you have any animals, Emily? Do you have any animals? Do you like animals? Let me know. I know Pico has a police dog that you don't bring the. I know I asked you this, Pico, and I'm sorry, I don't remember. Are you allowed to bring the police dog home? Let me get my head out a little bit out of my face. There we go. Sir, I live in Niigata, Ken. Niigata, Ken, not in. Oh, okay. You don't live in Tokyo. Okay. So you live in Niigata, Ken. Okay. Give me 1 minute, guys, because what I want to do is I want to look that city up and see where in Japan it actually is. Niigata, Ken. Yes, we are allowed because for bonding. Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Okay, Niigata, Ken. I found it. Let's see. So let me zoom out. Oh, okay, so you're in the North Shore. Okay. North Shore, Japan. Pronounced like N-word. Nigta. Am I saying it right now? Nigta. So it's about, wow, you're far. So you're far from Tokyo. Yes, very far from Tokyo. Okay. All right. Niigata. All right. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. What you have to do? What are you sorry about? Negata. Okay. Negata. Tan. Nigatan. Yes. No offense. I'm glad that you spelled it. I guess either way is offensive, but I think you took the lesser. So very good to spell it with an A and not an ER. I'm going to give you guys a little history. The N-word, came because, now this is what I've learned from a friend of mine who is a doctor in Latin studies. And they said that the Spaniards were the ones that brought slavery to the new world, which is America, right? The hub, if you lived in the New World and you wanted to get a slave, you got this. You went down to Puerto Rico or Cuba, and those two places were the hubs to get slaves. So when the slaves, or when the Spaniards talked about the slaves, they called them negros, and negros is black, means black. So that's how they refer to them. Then when it came to the United States, it somehow translated to the word, into the N-word. So there's a little history. And I was very heartened. I really was. I was really very heartened to find out that that Puerto Rico and Cuba were the hubs. You wanted, a slave, and I'm sure that they enslaved the native people of Puerto Rico and Cuba as well, which are known as Taínos. The Taínos, they are a branch of the same type of Native Americans, or the same type of people, Native Americans, that you find in America too. And it's a shame that that those were the hubs. So maybe one of my ancestors, unfortunately, might have been, someone that was enslaved. And because I have Spaniard in me as well, unfortunately, was the oppressor. So I have the oppressor, and it is, Puerto Rico is known for having three cultures in it: Spaniard, African, and then Taino. which were the native people that were on the island of Puerto Rico before Spaniards came. So we have those three people in us. So, and that's what makes the culture. Three races, one people is a common thing that is said in Puerto Rico. So what else? What else do you guys want to talk about? So what about your girlfriend? I don't want to leave her out. So please ask her for me to ask a question. Pico, please. So, and Emily, tell me, what do you want to do when you grow up, when you finish college? What is it that you want to do? I want to learn about all you guys. So even if you're watching this in the recorded version, please tell me, what is it you want to do when you're done with college? What is it what you want to do when you should always, when you're done with high school, you should always go into college. College should always be something you should think about. Okay, so what do you want to do? How many kids do you have? Very good question. Thank you for asking, Emily. I have a 26-year-old daughter who's going to college in New York, and I have a 16-year-old son about to start 10th grade in Italy. So we're really proud of him. He tried out for a school. We're moving to Italy. Emily probably doesn't know that because she's new on the channel, and for those of you that are new to the channel, my wife got a job in Italy and we're moving to Italy. And my son tried out for one of the best schools in that area in Italy. They teach both in English and in Italian. And my son tried out for the school. He had to get interviewed, and he got in. So smash that heart for my son one time. So he's in there, and so he'll be starting 10th grade there in Italy. Whenever we get to Italy, we're behind schedule because visas are behind schedule. So we're behind schedule. We're getting there, but hopefully, my wife has to start work this month, and hopefully we will get there before she has to start work. Let's see. Pico says, I have one. You have one what, Pico? A child? I want to become an airline hostess, and then if that doesn't go to plan, then I want to become a teacher. Oh, awesome. Great. Be a good teacher. Never forget how you were bullied. It's a shame. I've seen videos. I talk to kids from all over the world that have told me, that when I asked them who's bullying you, is it a friend? And they tell me it's their teacher, and I'm like shocked. I'm like, wow, that's a shame, But you know what I tell you guys, consult your lawyers, your parents before doing any of the things I told you. But I know if I was a kid and my teacher was bullying me, I would get that recorded. That's for sure. I'm lucky that I live in a country that allows that to occur without any repercussions in some states. Not all states, but some states. And that's what I would do. Because, they're going to believe the teacher, unfortunately. And that's something so terrible that it needs to be put in a situation where it's recorded so the teacher can't say that it's not true. That's the way I look at it. And shame on you teachers, and you teachers know who you are. Shame on you if you were put in a position to take care of a child and you've taken advantage of that child. Shame on you. You ought to be embarrassed. Oh, let's see. Sorry, Pico, I just saw that you wrote, why is America being white, Caucasian is viewed as beauty? I think not just in America, unfortunately. I think that all over the world, white is considered to be, the ultimate standard for beauty. unfortunately, skinny seems to be the ultimate standard for beauty. I think it's all over. Why is it in America? Well, because America has always been racist, right? Let's keep it real. I tell you guys, I'm not gonna lie to you on this show. Unfortunately, it always has been. I'm not saying that every Caucasian person is racist, because I have met some that would die for me. I have met Caucasian people that would die for me. Okay, so no, it's not. They're not all racist, but I think it's like that because people in America that have power, unfortunately, tell people that if we make women equal, if we make people of color equal, we're gonna lose out, and that's just not the truth. I think the country and the world would be a better place if everyone was equal. You know. So very good question. Please tell her to ask another one. Ask another one. Yes, please. That's very good, and it's really a shame because I've seen Asian people. Okay, I've seen Latino people. I've seen African Americans. I've seen Indian people. I've seen Native Americans, excuse me, that all fall into that and think, well, white is the best thing, and they lighten their skin and do different things. They put tons of white makeup on or makeup to lighten their skin, and they just don't know that to a racist person, you can do that all day and you're still going to be second class in their eyes. So why do it? Why do it? And that's the truth. Let's see. So Emily, do you know any teachers that you look up to? What teachers do you look up to, being that you want to become a teacher? Do you have any teachers that you look up to? Let's see. Emily also says, I do have to go now, but you're still live later on. I'll join again before I go. I just want to say thank you for everything. Thank you for stopping by, and please, Emily, tell your friends about us, all right? Tell your friends about us. Share this account. Go to our Instagram account. We have a lot of lessons in there, so if you want to know how to deal with bullying, or we even have lessons of how to eat right, go check that out. Emily says, I have my history and my geography teacher I look up to because they have helped me so much. That's good. That's good. That is so good. It's like I said, it's a shame when a teacher is the bully. It's really a shame. But hopefully our culture will change, and we'll get rid of those people, and we'll show how to get rid of those people. But very good questions today. Does Rico have another question? Let's see. Pico says viewing white as beauty standards should be stopped. It's unfair. Oh, it's more than unfair. But we have to, everybody, the Caucasians that know that it's wrong to say, white is the standard for beauty. People of color, okay? People of color, women, we all have to say nope. James Dent, thank you for joining the show. Where are you from? We are the ones that have to say nope. You know what? No. You're not going to make us believe that, the white has its beauty, Asians have their beauty, Indians have their beauty, Native Americans, Latinos, African Americans, we all have our little niche of a thing that makes us beautiful, and that's the way I look at it. For me, when it comes to the Asians, it's their eyes, their eyes to me are so beautiful, so unique, And it's a shame that a lot of my Asian friends, when I ask them what feature would you like to change, and it's their eyes. For the African American, I feel that it's their noses. Their noses are so beautifully sculptured, in my opinion, and I find that a lot of them don't like their noses. It's been rumored, and I say rumored because nobody really knows if it's true, but it's been rumored that Michael Jackson didn't like his nose. You know, and that's a shame. To me, I'm gonna be happy with whatever God gave me, even if I look like this troll on the screen. I'm gonna be happy with what God gave me. Or if you don't believe in God, I don't want to alienate you. Whatever you believe in. Allah. Even if you just believe in faith, even if you just believe in whatever, I'm good. That's where I'm gonna be happy with. I'm gonna be happy with that and what that gave me, and I'm gonna live like that, and that's how I'm gonna be. Because you got to understand this. If you're an Asian person, and Pico says he's Buddhist, oh, awesome. You have to understand this. If you're an Asian person, excuse me, and you don't like your eyes, if you're a African American, you don't like your nose, or if you're a Native American and you don't like your skin tone, you don't dislike it because you just woke up one day and said, "Oh, I don't like the color of my skin." You dislike it because someone told you that you look ugly with that skin or with those eyes or with that nose, and we shouldn't be listening to that. We should not be listening to that. Simple as that. And that's what some people just don't understand. These people that are trying to lighten their skin or change their nose or even change their eyes. I've heard that there's operations that you can have to make your eyes a little, I don't know, rounder. Is that the proper term? Rounder so you don't look so Asian. I've heard that from people, and you're changing that. Why? Because some idiot said to you that your eyes look weird or your eyes look funny or whatever they said. Well, because some idiot said that your nose is too wide, or because some idiot said your skin is too dark, you're trying to lighten it. You're really gonna change because some idiot told you something? I'm not gonna change. Some people tell me all the time. I'm the type of. Some people say to me, I'm too pessimistic. I don't think I am. If I see somebody that looks sketchy, and I don't want him around me, and some people say, oh, you're whatever. You're too negative. Like no, it's not. And that's the way I look at it. Let's see. When I was in New York, an old lady told us to convert to Christianity. She said no. We said no, and she ripped our talisman paper. Wow. Oh my God. I'm sorry. It's really a shame what some people go through. When I walk through the streets in New York and I see somebody from another culture, I want to go over there and get to know them, and I want, hey, how you doing? And I'm sure in some aspects, some people thought I was weird because I'm like, here I am coming up and introducing myself. What does this guy want? He wants to sell me something. They probably thought I was weird, because I'm trying to strike up conversation with people from other countries, and it's just, I never bothered to ask them, did you experience any racism while you were in America? That would probably be a long conversation between me and that person, and that's terrible. Tasman paper is a Buddhist holy paper. We believe those papers can give us luck and safety. Oh, that is so disrespectful. That was, I'm going to tell you something right now. They might have told you to convert to Christianity, Christianity, but they weren't Christian. I could tell you that right now. Those are fake Christians. There are a lot of people. I'm gonna guess throughout the world. Okay, I'm not just gonna beat up America. I'm gonna guess throughout the world that there are a lot of people who hide behind their religious beliefs. I believe that. There are people who hide behind their religious belief and they claim to be, holy people when they truly are not. And I'm sorry that occurred to you. If we did a show on all the abuse you were subject to when you were in America, that would probably be a 2-hour show, huh, Pico? But we got 10 minutes, and I would love to take one more question from your lovely girlfriend, if she's willing, if she has another question in her. You think she has? Can ask another question? And that's a shame. I could imagine. When I walk through the streets in New York, I see there's a lot of, what is it? Not Buddhists. What are they? Monks. There are a lot of monks that come to America. I noticed that. When I used to live in Las Vegas too. You walk down Las Vegas streets and you see all of a sudden a monk. You don't know if they took a vow of silence, so you can't talk to them, but you see them. I wonder how much racism, or not racism, I guess it would be a religious type of discrimination that they must have experienced being here. If you're experiencing that, I could imagine the type of racism they must be experiencing. Let's see. All right. Why do most Americans hate us Buddhists? First, let me say, I don't think Americans hate Buddhists, unfortunately, as much as they hate Muslims, I believe. I think if I had to take a guess, unfortunately, I'm not trying to win, it's not a contest here, I understand that. But if I had to say, I would say Muslims are probably hated more by Americans than any other ones, because of 9/11 and everything like that. So Americans hate anybody that's not like them, unfortunately. And that goes for all Americans, okay? Unfortunately, there are some people from every race in America that, unfortunately, they have been harassed and bullied for being a certain color. So now they go and they give that same thing to the next person that comes along, right? So I believe the Irish people were the first ones here. So the Irish people were bullied and discriminated against. So and then when the Italians came, they gave it to them, okay? And then after Italians, I'm going to say that it was probably Puerto Ricans. I'm talking strictly in New York, because if you live in California, it were probably Mexicans. But the Latinos came along. Let's put it like that. The Latinos came along, and the Italians, bullied the Latinos because they were bullied. Rather than turning around and saying, and not all Italians, because I had some very good Italian friends when I was growing up who their grandmothers, their families would tell me, you're Latino, or I'm Latino. Our languages are a mixture, so we need to learn to stick together against the Americans. That's what they would say to us. Of course, in Italian, but that's how they would say it. They would tell us that. They would tell me that, it's like, wow, I never knew that. But then again, I met some Italians who were like, no, like we are not Latinos. Don't mix us up with you. Then they don't know their heritage. It's as simple as that. Because everybody knows that Latin derived from, that Italian, French, and Spanish derived from Latin. And those that say that that's not true don't know their heritage. And it's as simple as that. And it's the reason why you can say, I can't think of a phrase right now that matches, but, okay, yeah, ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas in Spanish, right? ¿Cómo te llamas? Italian. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? No, don't. I'm still learning this, folks, so bear with me. ¿Cómo? No, it's not como. I'm sorry. It's che. I'm sorry. But the word, let me just take it one word at a time. So the word llama, name, what's your name, is the same in Spanish. Casa, no, cocina, excuse me, cocina, kitchen, cucina, Italian. I'm sorry, I'm doing this wrong. I apologize. Okay. Cocina, Italian. Cocina, Spanish. Same. Why? Because they derive from the same. So those of you, and I've met people named Martin that are Italian. I've met people named Martin, last names, these are last names, Martin, that were Spanish. So, they're just, so to get your question, I'm sorry if I went around it a long way, but Americans hate anyone that's different from them, okay? Not every American, but they hate anyone that's different from them, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I've heard white people say to my Japanese and my Thai friends, oh, it's your fault that the virus is here. Well, what do you mean it's my fault? Well, you're Chinese, aren't you? No. I've heard all people of all colors feel that. If you, and what we need to do as Americans is when we are discriminated against, we cannot push that discrimination on the next person. For instance, men. Let's take men, for instance. Men, when we're men of color, when white men discriminate against us, we cannot then turn around and discriminate on our, Latino women or our African American women. We can't do that. Or Indian women or Native American women or whoever else is coming down the line. We can't do that. I always, whenever I meet a racist brown person, I always tell them, you don't understand, you don't get it. It's all of us in this fight. Because to racist people, anybody that's not blonde hair, blue eyes is not accepted to a racist person. Okay, so you think that because you discriminate against African Americans or Latinos, maybe you're, I don't mean to I'm not picking on any Asian people, but because you're Asian and you discriminate and you don't let, African Americans in your stores or Latinos in your stores, that you're going to be praised by the racist man. You're not. And that's the truth. So that's going to do it for me here. Thank you, Rico, for asking your questions. I always want to think what people from other countries are saying, especially women. I think you guys should have a voice, and that's why I wanted you to speak up and say something. So you're always welcome to say something. So I want to remind you guys that live feed is brought to you by thebullyexposed.com, a 501c3 nonprofit organization geared at helping survivors of bullying. So get your Be Kind t-shirt at thebullyexposed.com. Also brought to you by Traveling Tech Teacher. It looks like some schools are going to be virtually teaching. So don't forget Traveling Tech Teacher for all your digital resources. They got the digital resources that you need. When this virus broke out in March, they were prepared and ready, and they sold hundreds of lesson plans and things like that. So check them out. If you're a teacher, if you're teaching your kids at home virtually, or if you're homeschooling because your kid is bullied, go and check out travelingtechteacher.com. So remember, guys, just because I'm wearing a hoodie doesn't mean I'm a threat. And remember, anyone can wear the crown. Anyone can be a hero. Be kind to one another. Have a great day. Bye, guys.